right. I woke up this morning, checked my tanks, and I'm looking at my 20 long, the one that I put the box filter in, the UGF, and the tank is completely cloudy. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I thought it was like a bacteria bloom. I don't know what's going on. So I took the lid off the tank, and then I can see from the UGF that I have in there. That's the UGF. I see that there's bubbles coming through the uh, the substrate, or instead of coming through the tube. So I'm gonna take the UGF out. I might have to reseat it. I might have to take all the. I'm just gonna clean it out. I think what it's doing is that it might be clogged because I can see some substrate right there in the tube. I think I'm just gonna redo it because again, this is the one that I got from Timu, and it looks like it's just I don't know. There's some design flaws in there. I'm gonna take it out straight, and I'm gonna get all the substrate out of it. I already have a backup filter. That's why you always use two filters, and especially in a bigger tank. So the shrimp will be fine. Actually, I'm going to test the water, make sure that it is not high in ammonia at this point. And if it is, I'm taking all the shrimp out and I'll just put them in, one of my other tanks. But first thing I'm going to do is test the water while I'm working on taking the filter out. And if there's any spike, maybe this is just dust that's being kicked up from the soil. But if there's any spike in anything, I'm taking all the shrimp out. But yeah, man, again, this is the first time I've used a UGF, and I guess these are probably some of the heartaches that come with using a UGF. And I just made a small one that I started working on. But yeah, I guess these are all lessons learned. Maybe I need to do something so that it's separated, so that way we don't have this like the substrate going up. With the bubbles. But all right, I'll take care of this. Hopefully it turns out good. Okay, so this is the ammonia test. That looks good. There's no slight hint of green or anything in there. So that's good. I don't have to worry about the shrimp. I have everything dismantled right now. I have the UGF taken out. It was pretty bad, like underneath here. There was a lot of dirt that was clogging up under there, so maybe it couldn't really breathe, and that's why the air was being shot up. So I just have everything dismantled now. I'm just going to clean it out and put it back in. Okay, so I cleaned it out and I put it back in the tank. And yeah, it was my mistake. I did a really, really bad job. Really bad job. It was a mess inside the UGF. So I cleaned it out. It's back in the tank, and it's more bubbles now, and it's silent. Before it was really loud because the bubble was being extracted, and I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, but I did a terrible job. So right now it's back in. The tank is still a little cloudy. It was cloudy because I put the soil back in. I'm gonna give it a couple of hours and see if it clears up. All right, so now we're about 8 hours later. The tank has cleared up. Look like it's back to normal. The shrimpies seem to be doing okay. There was a molt in there, but I think that was from like last night. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was definitely my mistake. There's the UGF. It was kind of annoying putting it back in there because the shrimp, they just wanted to stay underneath it. I had like kind of swat them out the way. I don't think I crushed any of them. But yeah, so it's back in. It's flowing so much better now. Look at that water flow, that airflow. It's crazy. I did such a terrible job. I don't know why I rushed it. But yeah, it was complete user error on my part. And yeah, it kind of freaked me out this morning when I saw that cloudiness in the tank, because that's not something you normally see in a shrimp tank. You can probably see those in like fish aquariums if you have like a bacteria bloom or something catastrophic happens and you need to address it. But yeah, it's not really something you see in shrimp tanks, because shrimp tanks are pretty steady, and it's really low maintenance per se when it comes to things like that. but definitely an improvement. It's much quieter. Again, just have to be careful. I should have been more careful. Luckily, I didn't lose any shrimp during this. So next time I know for the future, take your time, do everything right. Make sure the bottom half of the UGF is completely cleared. Make sure there's nothing obstructing the line, or the little tunnel, the port where the line goes down, so that way the airflow comes out pretty nice and clear. But lesson learned. And I also did a pH test about 20 minutes ago, and the pH is actually lower than it was. So I guess because it wasn't set up properly, it wasn't really doing what it's supposed to because of my poor setup. But lesson learned, mistakes made, lesson learned, and that's what it's all about. Go.